What if we don't need to get rid of our ego? And this is something that is so present inside of me right now. And I want to share a little bit with you what I've learned about that, what I was shown by the flow of life. For the ones who don't know me, I'm Johanna and I'm doing exactly that on here. I'm just allowing the flow of life to happen through me, to express itself through me in words with the flavor of Johanna. So feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, introduce yourself. We're building a really beautiful community on here of conscious souls. All right, so the ego. Yeah, that one is so interesting for me because in a lot of spiritual traditions, they teach that we kind of want to get to a state where we don't have an ego anymore, right? The ideal is not to have an ego anymore. And don't get me wrong, I do think that this state, even being connected to the human body, being in the human body, does exist. But I also think the way to get there is not to try to get rid of the ego, because this is subconsciously, very subconsciously, what I have tried and it didn't work. Which doesn't mean it cannot work for you, right? Do whatever resonates with you. I'm just sharing my own experience on here and what I've learned in this body. So I think it is a very important step to understand the ego and to understand that almost every single one of us has one, if not every single one of us, right? So the ego is the sense of separate self. The ego says, this is me and this is you. There is a separation. And we know that on a deeper level, that is not true, right? Well, it's relatively true. And on a deeper level, there is connectedness. On a deeper level, right now, you watching this video, there is no you and me. There is only one consciousness, the same essence we share. And yes, coming down into this body, being in this form, being connected to this form, comes with the ego. So the ego is the thing that separates, right? That says you and that says me. Nature doesn't have that, by the way. If you look at nature, or dogs or animals have that way, way, way less, if at all, but that's not the topic right now. So, and with this sense of separateness often comes the sense of being right, being better than someone, or the opposite, being less than someone. This is how my ego, for example, most often works. Either your ego is putting yourself very subtly above someone else or below someone else. So either you're superior or inferior. And the ego is the one that is often creating conflict because it is so stuck in seeing a separation. When we're so stuck in our ego, like when we're in fights or something, right? And we're really in it. We're really, really, really in it. We're so in our ego. We're so identified with that we cannot see anymore that this person in front of me is also me. So what I have found with the ego is that if I try to not strengthen it, and if I try to subconsciously get rid of it by kind of subconsciously thinking it would be better, would be ideal if I wouldn't have that, then it goes into my subconscious mind. And the same patterns play out, but subconsciously. this is what literally kind of happened to me. And I'm so grateful for that, because this is how we learn, and this is how we evolve, and this is how we grow, right? We learn, we adapt, we fail, we do it another time. So I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful that I became aware that that was happening. And then I found something that really resonates with me, and maybe with you too. And that is, I found it in myself, right? Like, just the knowing that I can be the loving parent to my ego, instead of subconsciously trying to suppress it, get rid of it, put it down, and thus press it into my subconscious mind and actually don't be aware of it anymore. What feels so right to me now is to bring it up, to do the opposite, to bring so much awareness to this part inside of me, to acknowledge and bring consciousness into when I feel like it's present right now. So I recognize it, I bring a hell of a lot of awareness to it, and then I don't judge it. I listen to the thoughts, I listen to the feeling. I did this step of detaching, so I know when it's my ego, right? The stuff I told you, the sense of separation, the sense of conflict, the sense of you and me, the sense of, what else did I say? You can go back and watch again. So bring awareness to it, recognize it, bring it up, and then realizing the thoughts, realizing the emotions, and bring so much compassion to this part of me, so much love. Knowing this is a temporal part of me right now that comes with being in the human body, that deserves all my love. Not just my pure awareness, but also my loving care. Like a parent. Like a parent looking at our ego and taking care of it. Now, a parent doesn't let the child be in charge all the time, right? For example, if you're in the supermarket, if the parent is in the supermarket with the kid, and the kid starts crying and throwing a tantrum and screaming because it wants to have some sweets, would it be the best for the parent to give this to the kid? I would, in that case, argue probably not. I don't know, I'm not a parent, but the point is that it's not always about giving everything to your ego. Sometimes the most loving thing can be to just hold it and love and care and awareness and not react to it, knowing that this is for the best. And sometimes, for example, when the child has fallen over and it has a little wound on its knee or arm or whatever, and it's bleeding, a loving parent probably would go and give the child a hug and take care of the wound and be very loving and caring and nurturing and like caressing. I don't know if that's the right word, but like holding the kid in your arm and just giving it so much love and care. Knowing the parent is not the kid, knowing that I'm not my you. Totally. Well, it's a part of me. It's a temporal human part of me right now. And I'm going to take loving care of that if I need to. And I'm going to bring a hell of a lot of awareness to this whenever I notice it's present, whenever I can hear the thoughts of my ego. And for that, I think the step of detachment is so important. The step of detaching and the step from our ego saying, this is not me, right? This is not me at my essence. I'm the eternal, I'm the consciousness. Understanding how our ego works, right? And then this step for me is so crucial. taking loving care of it. And if you resonate with this right now, this might be as well something you want to do in your everyday life, you want to carry into your everyday life. The question of how can I bring loving care to my ego? A little bit less trying to get rid of it, and a little bit more allowing it to be there as long as it's there, because maybe there is going to come the point where we don't have an ego anymore. But as long as it is, we're gonna give it so much love on top of awareness. We're gonna give it so much care. We're gonna hold it, we're gonna love it, and be the parent to our ego instead of suppressing it. Let me know if that resonates with you in the comments below. And thank you for being here with me. See you in the next video.